wife's life was in major distress, and I never went back to my day job, Deepak. I never came back to you, and you never knew why I never came back to my office, never picked my stuff up until a few months ago when we got in touch, and you said, Vikram, what happened? Why did you go? And that was such a personal thing to me. So here you are, my boss. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate you getting in touch with me. Thank you for your question. And I never came back to you. And I was in the hospital for 1 week without a change of clothes or underwear or anything, nothing. I was screwed, and I was there with my wife and my daughter. And after that, I don't know. Life took its own turn. I went to Sun Labs, I did my own stuff. And maybe that was a point of inflection in my life. That's my short answer. You sort of know it already. It took me many more years. I didn't leave you. For the record, I didn't leave you. I left the life that I was living, and I was hoping to bring in a change to my life. Unfortunately, I have, since then, it's been many years now, my daughter's gone to college, 18 years later, I have realized that I'm actually married to work. And you know what, as much as I didn't come back to you because I was hoping to change my life, I'm still married to work, and that's how it's going to be.
It took me 5 engineers to replace you. I just wanted to. That's a compliment.
You know, maybe we're not getting even here, but I have the highest regard for you, and if it weren't for that conversation many weeks ago, maybe you would have continued to hate me for reasons that you didn't understand, and I wouldn't have any way to get back to you. But for others to know me here, that was my boss. And there's nothing wrong, but things do happen. And I would thank you for being there.
So the lesson is, make sure you don't appear to your boss that you are working equivalent of 5 engineers. Anyway, any other questions? Okay, I guess David, right? Oh, you have a question. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Vikram, I was just wondering, the team like that, why was it difficult to raise money, and what advice were you getting from Andy or whoever?
Okay, with a team like that, why was it difficult to raise money, and what advice were you getting from Andy and others? Is that the question?
Yeah,
which team? The XSplits team or the
well, either team. You said the team is number one in the mind of PC.
The money issue was in the first company.
The money issue was in the first company where we were not established as entrepreneurs. We had no credentials, right? We're great people, great team, great technology, but nothing proven. The second company was much easier. I got the legal team, I got a good part of the business team, and I got some part of my I actually got some part of my engineering team. You heard a lot about Amit, right? Amit, our huge tough guy out here, sitting out here on my left out here. So here's a story, right? Okay, how should I put it? When it doesn't matter whether you're successful or you fail. I think I actually do believe that VCs are not the necessary evil. I think I've seen people say that. I think they're great people. They're an incredible part of your ecosystem. When you and I've seen, when you're not being able to raise money, it's very hard. You're like, damn, why are they not believing in me and all that good stuff? But they are a part of the ecosystem as much as the legal and the corporate governance, as much as the technologists and the business people. They're all coming together. So. Sorry, I'm so focused, I get distracted by every little thing.
Jan is the boss, he does have discipline. So
Hey, are we supposed to get out of here?
Please answer. We'll have 1 or 2 more questions.
1 or 2 more questions before we get out? Yeah, so the bottom line on all of this is, even if you fail, it's all right if the people around you know that you worked hard. And that was the message I wanted to get across to you. Being my first in the company, it was just a very natural transition because I was able to get most of my team across together. Even people like Amit, guess what? When he joined IO Turbine, he came from Pixbliss, right? And he gave up great jobs, came from Namco Bandai, gave up this stuff, you know, with the World of Warcraft as a lead and all that good stuff. Guess what? I'm in IO Turbine, 1 o'clock in the morning here, get a call from Amit. Sorry, we have to get this out across. I get a call 1 in the morning, which is not an unusual time for me, and Amit is like pissed freaking drunk, of course, and he said, "Dude, I so totally want to work for you." I said, "Yeah, I so totally want to work for you. You know, I would want to work with you again." And guess what? He's broken up his life. He's lost his money, broken up with his fiancée, given up his life, gone to Santa Monica from the Silicon Valley, and he wants to come back to the Valley. I said, "Hey, Amit, why don't you call me back? You know, maybe when you're a little more hungover and not so drunk in the morning." 8 o'clock in the morning, he calls me back, "I want to work with you." And I think that's important. I think that's so important. Here you are with IO Turbine, you're huge. I think that's what teams are all about. So the bottom line on all of this is, it doesn't matter what the VCs think. I don't think what the investment communities think. It does not matter. I burned my entire bank balance. I was screwed. I had people with H-1Bs would be deported back to China and India. Some of them are sitting right here on my left out here. How does it matter? Who cares? Seriously. But the same investors who bridged us, with whose term sheets I didn't close, came in on my second round too. Eris Capital, others, Lightspeed, amazing people out there. If you believe in yourself, the rest of it falls in place. I think that's my brief answer here.
Okay, we'll have one more question, then you can network with Vikram.
Maybe did I take too long for my talk?
No, it was wonderful. Is it right there?
Okay.
Yeah, Vikram, I just want to say it's been great working with you. It was great working with you through Pixblitz. I don't see that company as a failure. I think it really was just a building block. I really believe that. I suffered with you to go through all of the pitches to the VCs, and oh God, they believed in you, they loved you, and they said, well, where's the money, right? Where's the bottom line? And it's kind of an awakening moment, right? But I can tell you that all of those people that we were in front of, still those VCs, I've circled back with them, I meet with them all the time, and they're very excited for you, and they hold you in the highest regard. So this keeps paying you back, right? So quit calling it a failure. It wasn't a failure, it was a building block thing, it really was. I watched you know, I watched both of us, I think together, really grew through this, right? I was outside counsel, I was helping, you know, trying to raise money and everything, but it was really you who was pulling it all together. I watched you deal very compassionately when you had to tell hardworking people that, you know, you really couldn't hang on to them, and act swiftly for people who made big promises and never could deliver, right? And that was all part of growing through this. And when the team pulled together with IO Turbine, you just had all the stars. You really did. So congratulations to you. I'm a big believer and a big fan of you. And
thank you.
I believe that this is just the beginning.
Thank you.
I still have a question. I just wanted to say that.
So last question over there.
Oh,
Okay, sure, we'll have one more. Go ahead, please.
Vikram, great talk. I think this was very inspiring.
Thank
One
you.
question. If you were to do Pixblitz again, what is the one thing you would do differently? Or maybe more than one thing?
Nothing. Because guess what? The guy whose party see out there, people like him, I want them to come back and say, you know, this is a life, dude. This is what I want to live. We lived every day. It was hard. You learn from it. I don't think we made any mistakes. There's something called luck. You know, as Lincoln said, you know, it's all about, it's 90% pluck and 10% luck. We didn't have the 10%. And it's all right. I don't want to put my rational mind behind this, quite frankly, because if Putin was here, unfortunately, he's not ready to give you the answer. I don't have the answer 8. I would do exactly what I did because we're doing nothing wrong. David, Stevens, do you believe me? We did nothing wrong. We worked very freaking hard. We made it all happen. It was there. We had LOIs, we had VCs, we had term sheets, we had everything. And see a path forward. It's all right. It's all right to say you tried your best and things didn't work out. You don't have to rationalize things to death.
Last
Sorry
question.
if I couldn't crystal clear answer your question, but that's how I feel about it. I would live that life myself exactly like how Kevin, who was not a part of it, missed it. Yeah, I would want to live that same life again, every little bit of it. It was great experience. I enjoyed every bit of it. The ups and the downs, the fact, of course I don't want my wife, to be airlifted, my daughter to go through 8 hours of surgery on, through a, restructuring of her upper and lower jaw. Rajiv Murfani to die on my birthday. Huge fans of the company. My wife was lifted on the same day, airlifted on the same day that my birthday was. The next birthday, on the 5th of June, somebody else, Rajiv, gets drowned. Crazy things happen. The bottom drops out, right? Madness happens in your companies. You lose your money. You lose your bank balance, When I jump-started PixBlitz, guess what? My brother-in-law was in coma. Guess what? Before I closed my company, my father-in-law was, half paralyzed with a stroke. The bottom does drop out. I think you have to focus on what you, believe in and keep moving forward. Not saying I'm insensitive to all of that, but the mission is the mission. The show goes on. You bury the dead. You put a little bit of dirt and you move forward. That's war. I think you have to believe in it. And trust me, the VC community and others, they will watch. They believe in you. Yeah, there's people around you, not a bunch of guns. And I think just believe in yourself. Just keep going on.
We have one more last question here.
So, in both startups, we had attributable technology. And first one, you said you did not see the monetization, and also when you got the term sheet for Fox Pros, so you realized that it's not scalable from 6 million to 100 million. So in the second startup, were you able to think ahead of these issues, or you just it was again a luck?
Okay, so I'll put it literally. So this is not a plug for a VC community or anything, but it is not. It's actually not.
Go ahead.
I'm allowed to talk about people literally. I'm a pretty straightforward, transparent guy. You might have seen through the talk. So Maris Capital, right? These are new kids on the block. It's a tiny little VC firm. Great guys who are basically people from Microsoft and YouTube. Done over 120 deals, right from the Android to the largest, the smallest deal to the largest, which is the YouTube deal acquisitions, VPs of BizDev at Google. When people like that are behind your company, it really makes you think, is this the right business? Can you really monetize it? Can you do the right thing? I think you have to find the answer for yourself. I don't exactly know how to answer your question here right now, but
With that, we are going to close, but Vikram will be here. And until Dan does switch on and off, that's his signal to get the heck out of here. I mean, Vikram's time. So let's give a big round of applause to Vikram.